Hey, let me know if you guys can see me out there before we begin. Somebody just sent a message. Let me know that you can see us. DW Forgy. Can you see me? J Dog, you can see me? Oh, I definitely appreciate that. Hey, we're gonna let probably about the next 2 minutes come in, and then we're gonna go ahead and start rolling in with a quick introduction, and then we're gonna start answering some questions out there. I got my homeboy with me, CPA Brandon Lindsay, and he gonna talk a little bit about himself, some services, about taxes, and a few things that he can actually help you guys out with when it comes to this business. So, hey, I know a lot of you guys out there think taxes and all that is pretty dry and boring, but trust me, this is gonna be the way that you're gonna pretty much maximize your profit, make more money, and also, save money. But also, he's gonna show you guys how, to minimize a few things when it comes to these deductions and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna let him talk a lot about taxes today. And if you guys have any questions for me, just specifically about trucking, we are definitely gonna be rolling into some good content today. So I'm gonna give it about another minute. Hey, y'all go grab a snack or something out there. Go grab a snack because it's gonna be a good one. Hey, you guys can ask anything today. Let me grab something real quick. All right. All right. In about 30 more seconds, we're gonna get to rolling. Hey, I definitely appreciate everybody who is logged on right now. All 37 people, one like. Can I get 37 likes instead of one like? I know we haven't started yet, so I know you don't have nothing to like, but let's get the likes up for me, because hey, trust me, we're gonna give you guys some good information today and ask some good questions. Like I said, I know taxes and all that is pretty dry, but hey, I got the man sitting right next to me who is all about taxes. And like I said, he's a CPA. So a CPA is a certified public accountant, so like I said, he knows everything about taxes. And this is my my friend. He graduated in 2004 from Pike High School. I graduated in 2005. His brother is actually my CPA. And they both went to Indiana University, went to the Kelley School of Business. So he's a young, successful entrepreneur too at the end of the day. So he's going to pretty much tell you guys about his story, on how he became a CPA. And pretty much, man, he has an amazing story too. But if you guys could start getting some questions about taxes, that would be awesome. So I'm going to let him pretty much introduce himself. Like I said, this Brandon Lindsay right here, CPA. I'm going to let him take over.
Hey guys, it's Brandon Lindsay. I'm a CPA. I've been knowing Brandon Manning for a long time now. Both of our names are Brandon, so that's kind of cool. We've been knowing each other for quite some time. But I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, born and raised. Went down to Indiana University, the Kelley School of Business. Had a great time down there. I've always been entrepreneurial, always, kind of just like Brandon here. In high school, I was going to the auction, buying cars and fixing them up and selling them in my neighborhood. And then went down to Indiana University, where I studied accounting. I knew I always wanted to do business and have always had an interest in business. So accounting is the language of business, because every business needs accounting. Right, you need to understand your numbers, and everybody knows that. Right. So I spent about 10 years in corporate America after I left IU, doing various roles in accounting, taxes, auditing. But after about 10 years, I decided to go out on my own, because I really enjoy working with small businesses and entrepreneurs, because at the end of the day, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. Even the 10 years I was working, I was always doing other things. Real estate was a big thing I was into for a while, buying houses, fixing them up, selling them. Did some rental properties as well. And I actually also was in the trucking business myself for a little while. I had a DOT number, and I had a truck, a dually truck, a hot shot as well. So, and Brandon Manny actually helped me a lot get that business going and get that business started.
Yep.
And he was actually dispatching for me. But for me, I just decided to focus more on my accounting and tax and more the advisory role. So that's where I am today. And I'm got my own business full time in Indianapolis, doing tax and accounting services for small businesses and entrepreneurs. And that's really a little bit about me and myself here.
All right. So, yeah, that's a little bit about Brandon, but he's a very humble guy. So let me tell you guys about Brandon. Like he said, he's an entrepreneur at heart, but he also was pretty much in his last job. He made over six figures.
Oh yeah. I made over six. Yeah. So I'm sorry. Yeah, I was working a job in corporate America, making over six figures, and I walked away from that job to step out on my own full time. So that's a good one to know that.
Yeah. So he was making the money, but like he seen an opportunity in being a business owner, entrepreneur. So he ended up, pretty much just quitting his job, put his resignation in, and then, he started up his own company now, which is, what's your company?
Indie Tax Help is the name of the company. But yeah, I was there making six figures, but I decided it was time to bet on myself and do my own thing.
So pretty much we also just want to inspire and motivate you guys out there, that you can do pretty much anything in this world. I know you guys see us right now with both entrepreneurs, full-blown entrepreneurs. And that's what we're trying to promote is pretty much, it's okay to work, a 9-to-5 job. And that's what we've been doing pretty much our whole lives. But we're trying to promote, going out, getting it on your own. And like I say, you see Brandon right next to me. He even had bought a truck and a trailer, had got his own MC and DOT number, which I inspired him to do that.
Right.
And I helped him out along the way. I basically everything he needed and wanted to know about the business, I mentored him the whole way through.
Definitely.
And he was still working at the corporate job.
Yeah.
And he pretty much, he didn't have the time to dispatch his trucks. So he hired me. And I'm all about money, as you guys know. Right. And he hired me and I kept his truck rolling for him. But eventually I got pretty busy in my life, because I started writing a book. I started building my company. And I just had to tell him, and also my CPA, which is his brother, Christopher Lindsay, I brought him into the business. And I was dispatching both of their trucks at the same time, and I was making good money doing it. And I called them up, both of them up one day and was like, hey, you got to find somebody else. Yeah. Just because I'm trying to do too much. But that's just the whole hustle part. You have to hustle out here. And like I say, he was working, making over six figures, bought his dually truck and his trailer, and it was awesome for him. But I'm going to let him tell you guys real quick why he got out.
Yeah, for me, I got out of it because I wanted to concentrate full time on my accounting business and kind of go do more of what I had been doing for the previous years when I was doing accounting and tax work. The trucking was good to try, but for me, I decided that for my lifestyle, for what it is that I wanted to do and my goals, that me pursuing my own business, tax and accounting business, will work out better for me.
So, like he said, and like I say, for everybody out there, at the end of the day, my channel and what I'm trying to do is, he calls me the guru of, trucking, which I do know a whole lot. And the only reason why I know a whole lot is because I do a whole lot within the business. I just don't do one thing. I try to do everything, just so that's the only way you're going to learn. So for me, I'm more trying to promote entrepreneurship through my channel, but also I know a lot of you guys out there, you want to know trucking, and I know trucking. So that's pretty much my target. But also we're just trying to promote, just being a business owner, being an entrepreneur. You can still work a 9-to-5 job, but also try to find a side hustle. Try to find something that you could do on the side to make money. And hopefully one day that could replace your income. And then you could have that freedom and that flexibility, pretty much just like me and Brandon. And, this is really not to brag or nothing, but, he works on his own time and I work on my own time now. And we both, same high school. And like, I'm glad to see us being able to do this, being 15 years later.
Mm-hmm.
We're still here. We're still talking. We're still friends, but we're on different paths in life. So now I'm able to help him out. I'm able to help him out when it came to the trucking, and his brother is able to help me out as being my CPA, making sure that I'm maximizing pretty much, my resources out here. Hey, so like I say, if you guys have any questions about taxes, I got the tax guru right here. And if you guys want to ask anything about taxes, we can do it. We're just going to have a good conversation today. And I'm going to start with Rome about business. What's up, Brandon? Do you offer one-on-one coaching? So I've been getting this a whole lot lately. I've been getting a lot of emails about people, wanting to be mentored or, that one-on-one coaching when it comes to trucking. So what I started is pretty much a consulting or a mentorship little deal I got going on. If you guys want to sign up, you could go visit my website at www.extraordinarymovement.com. And it's going to be in the description of this video, but also I'll type my website on the chat real quick. And you guys go visit that website if you want to pretty much do some one-on-one coaching and some training with me, so I could pretty much give you guys my undivided attention with, without distractions. So Rome about business, like I say, go visit my website, man, and sign up, submit your information, and I'll give you a contact, man. I mean, a call. Denarius Hunt, what are some companies you would recommend to lease on to as a hotshot operator? Of course, High Speed Logistics. That's my company. I got a co-founder, Antoine West. Hey, what's up, Antoine? I know you out there somewhere. Hey, so he's the co-founder of High Speed Logistics. So, of course, I'm going to recommend you guys at least on the High Speed Logistics LLC, just because we're a small company and we're more hands-on, with people, and we're not a big company at the moment. Of course, our goal is to become big, but at the moment, we're not as big as other lease-owned companies. So we're going to be more one-on-one with you. And also, that's going to give you guys opportunity to learn from us too, because everybody that's leased onto our company right now, they're more in the mentorship program too, because we also help, when it comes to them, because, I know one day they're going to go start their own MC and all that, but that's just life. People are always going to move on. So, hey, visit our website, www.high-speedlogistics.com, and that's in the description as well. So we got DW Fergie. Hey, Manny. Hey, what's going on, DW Fergie? J-Dog. Hello, Manny. Love your content. Hey, I appreciate that. Where we at? Buick Dude 69. Good evening. I'm considering startup, hiring drivers. You haven't mentioned workers' comp or health insurance for your employees. How much is that? Man, you just got to look up in your own state, wherever you at, look up, your guidelines and your restrictions on, your workers' comp and all of that good stuff and health insurance. I'm not here to consult you on workers' comp and health insurance at the moment. So that's pretty much something you have to go do some self-education and pretty much look up your own guidelines within your state. Tiffany J, we see you. I appreciate it. let me see. Love your channel. Okay. All right. Let's get off into some questions real quick. Mike, should I get a CDL or just stay under the limit? Like I say, you know, for you guys out there, get a CDL license. I mean, like I said on the last live, I know you guys can actually run without a Class A CDL, but hey, at the end of the day, go get a CDL license because you don't want to limit yourself, especially, you know, with how much weight you can haul on the road. So I definitely recommend getting that CDL license. And like I told you guys, it only take maybe about, you know, 3 weeks. And if you guys work, you could do it at night or on the weekend. Hey, Manny, Cameron Gilbert. Hey, Manny, I'm currently stationed at Campbell, so Fort Campbell, Screaming Eagles, and plan on starting my hot shot business when I get out. Of what steps did you take while you were in to get your business started? Hey, so Cameron, man, hey, I definitely thank you for your service, and also send me an email at broker@mannystrans.com, which I'm going to. It's under my description, but I'm going to type it in right now. Send me an email so we could chat a little bit more. All right. So when I started my business back at Fort Campbell, when I was on active duty, I started it a year before I got out of the military. And pretty much it was a challenge, you know, but anything can be done, you know. So like I say, just shoot me an email, and then me and you could definitely have a good conversation. And nothing against, you know, civilians in this world, but I'm all about helping out these veterans and helping out, you know, people that's actively serving and people that's serving, you know, because I served a total of 8 years on active duty in the military, and I wouldn't be here without the military, to be honest with you guys. So, hey, big shout out to Cameron Gillard. Hey, send me an email, like I say, at broker@mannystrans.com, and we could do some talking, man. Daniel, what's the best way to handle a 1099 from John Small? So I'll let Brandon Lindsay talk about that and see if he could give you guys some insight on 1099.
Yeah, and I will. And I got to put before we get too far into it, just say, you know, any accounting, business, tax information I mentioned in this video is not intended as a thorough, in-depth analysis of a specific issue, nor is it a substitute for a formal opinion, nor is it sufficient to avoid tax-related penalties. That's the disclaimer I put out there. It's for informational purposes only, but we will get to as many questions as we can. And I believe the question is, what's the best way to handle the 1099?
Yeah,
I'm assuming that he's receiving the 1099. That's probably what I.
So yeah, I'm about to say, if you can just try to break it down on whether they're receiving or whether they're issuing.
So what I'll say is, so in the transportation industry, if you're an owner operator, when you're filling out carrier packets, one of the things that they'll ask you for as a part of that packet, and I know you would know and you guys know, is a W-9.
Right.
When the W-9 is the request for your taxpayer your taxpayer information number, and that's generally going to be your social security number or your EIN if you're a business, and that's they use that information to then send, the carrier uses that information to then send you a 1099. So the best way to handle a 1099, I believe is your question, is a 1099. If you're an owner operator of a trucking company or your own trucking company, you're going to put that on your individual tax return, and that's going to be on Schedule C of your individual tax return. And that's, you want to report that 1099 as income. And then any expenses that you have for your trucking business, those are going to go on your Schedule C as well to reflect your income and your expenses to then get the profit that you made in your business for that year. So hopefully that answers the question about what's the best way to handle a 1099. You want to report it on your taxes on your Schedule C.
And also, when it comes to questions like this, Brandon Lindsay's his information is going to be in the description. Like you said, just reach out to him, especially for, a more in-depth and thorough answer, when it comes to taxes. And, because you might not understand it right now, because honestly, all that taxes and all the CPA talk is foreign to me. So that's why I have him, Bobby.
Right. So hopefully that answers your 1099 question. Yeah, but I'd say in general, just kind of how the taxes flow for a self-employed owner operator. If you're a single member LLC, you're a one owner business, you don't file a separate business tax return for federal income tax. What you do is you include that income and the income or loss from your business, you include that on your individual 1040, and the Schedule C attaches to your 1040. So all your income and expenses that you make are going to be reported on your 1040 tax return.
Okay. Hey, so hopefully that answered your question, John Smalls, but also send Brandon an email and get with him, if you want to pretty much get a more in-depth answer on that. Hey, let's go to Brian Schmid.
Yeah.
Are meals and lodging a write-off? And if so, how much?
So if you are, again, if you're an owner operator, not an employee of a company, and not getting reimbursed for those things. If you're an owner operator and you are out of town traveling, delivering a load, across the country or wherever you're going, are meals and lodging a write-off? Yes, they are. And I believe you get a per diem. I think it's around $60 or $65 per day for your meals. The IRS will give you for your meals. And yes, you can get a deduction for your lodging as well. So make sure you have good receipts and good documentation to document that, and to document that you were traveling away from home and you couldn't get back home, let's say within a day, and you can't get that deduction. But if you're just going like short trips throughout the day and you can make it back home in the same day, you're not going to get any, it's going to be hard to get the lodging deduction for that.
All righty. What is an entity? You can read it. It sounds like it might be.
What is an entity classification election, and how does that apply to us? Entity classification. I think maybe what you're asking is entity classification, like as far as how do you want to be taxed? If you're going to be taxed as probably an S corp, a C corp, or as some type of partnership. What I can say is generally, if you're a single member LLC, you're going to be taxed on your Schedule C if you don't make any entity classification elections. But if you can elect to be taxed as an S corp, and I believe that's what your question is asking, you can make an election to be taxed as a different entity other than the default election, which is given to you. And how does that apply to us? There are a lot of different reasons to make an entity classification election. Again, that's just something that it's unique to everybody. Some people will elect to be taxed as an S corp for other reasons. Some people will elect to be taxed like as a C corp. It just depends. You can just shoot me something like that. You'd probably just have to maybe shoot me an email, and we can really maybe go over that question a little bit more in detail.
All right, Marcel Washington, man, salute to you too. So this is going to be another question for the CPA right here. It says, do you only work with businesses or personal tax?
Both, Marcel. Do work with businesses and individuals. And I've done business and individual tax returns, S corps, C corps, partnerships, and just regular 1040s for personal taxes. So yeah.
Hey, Marcel, so reach out to him, man. He's definitely going to help you out. Like I say, his description, his contact information in the description.
That's the way to go to make yourself wealthy.
Daniel Garza, that's the way to go to make yourself wealthy. Yeah, man, good comment, man. All right, Jake Martinez. I see the army, man. I think we back to me now.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm currently in the army. I've been following your story and seeing how you're a vet inspires myself to get my own truck once I ETS. Okay. Hey, yeah, man. I definitely appreciate that, Jake Martinez, man. And like I say, send me an email at broker@mannystrans.com. And also, man, I love to give you guys some more insight. And man, I definitely appreciate that comment. Reda Bostic, Manny, you motivate me. I'm ready to jump out there. Salute. Hey, salute to you too. Brian again, Manny, how much experience does a CDL need to sign on with your hotshot company? It just depends if you're hiring a driver or if you're coming in and you want to drive your own truck. Honestly, man, it's just really about if our insurance is going to add you on to, the policy without our premium budget, but I can't tell you our insurance do like to see people with experience, anywhere from about 2 to 3 years plus, but you never know, until we run you through our insurance with a quote. So if you can get on our website, like I say, www.high-speedlogistics.com. And then the CEO, Mr. Antoine West, will be reaching out to you guys, man. And he's pretty good at it to give you guys some more insight. SMS Technologies. It's nice to meet you both. It's nice to meet you too. Chris Good. Where can we find a list of everything we need to keep records on to write off on taxes for hotshot trucking? So this is for the CPA.
I would just say in general, if you think of anything ordinary and necessary for the production of income in your hotshot business, that'll give you an idea of some of the things that you can deduct. But if you just want where to go, if you just type in like let me just think of a place. If you just type in like 2018 Schedule C, like in Google, that'll show you what a profit and loss statement looks like on a tax return for a solo like owner operator on your Schedule C. And you can look at all the categories that are on that form, and that'll give you a good idea of some of the things that are deductible. But again, that may be something where if there's something specific that you're looking for, maybe you could just shoot me an email or something like that. But I also have I wrote down a few things. Maybe this will help you. Like obviously, like your truck and trailer, you can depreciate that over time from a tax perspective. Your truck repairs, your truck maintenance, your fuel, your tolls, your truck parking. Since you got a hot shot, all your load securement equipment, your tarps, your bungees, straps, chains, chain binders, fuel card fees, ATM fees,
pretty much everything.
I mean, just a lot of stuff a lot of things a lot of the expenses that you do incur as you're generating income for your business. The IRS just says, just ordinary and necessary business expenses is the language that they use. But you can't deduct. There are some things that you can't deduct things like speeding tickets, out of service fees or fines, way station violation fees, or any other penalty. And those are considered like penalties paid to the government. You generally don't get a deduction for, fines and penalties. So I know a lot of you drivers out there are fast and speeding, but I don't think those speeding tickets are gonna fly. So
hey, I hope you guys ain't speeding out there. Hey, you got to keep that MVR clean. I'm trying to tell you, keep it clean. So no speeding.
Yeah.
Anything else on that?
Not really. Because truck parking, the tolls, any tools.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah,
it's a whole lot. Definitely get with him, and he can you send him a list? Can you make a list up to send out to people just on stuff that can be deducted?
Yeah, I can put together something.
Yeah, he might make a little ebook or something.
Yeah, I might put something together.
Yeah, put something together for him, because this is like I want to put an emphasis on taxes right now. Like this is very important. This is what will make or break a business.
Yeah.
When it comes to it. So, like I say, this is very important. Taxes is very critical. Robert Jones will be retiring in the next couple of years from the Army and wanting to get into the business. What can I do now to prepare myself? Hey, right now, pretty much, just go check a lot of my videos out, so you could pretty much start getting a lot of knowledge over the business. Just depends on what you want to do. But that's what I would do right now, just pretty much just learning as much as you can at the moment, and if you have any questions, like I say, you could reach out to me through email at broker@mannystrans.com. And I definitely, I'm excited. I'm excited to help you. Andre Blake, you are making a powerful statements, brother. Thank you for your encouragement. Hey, we appreciate you, man.
Appreciate it.
Oh, Elonda Manny, this is my mom. Hey, son, proud of you and nice to meet the other Brandon.
Hey, Miss Manny.
Hey, what's going on, Mom? You out there still? All right, GRE. Hi, Brandon. Can you do? Okay, Brandon, this for you right here.
Yeah, can you do out-of-state tax? Started my own business, looking for a CPA here. If you work with out-of-state, let me know how to reach you. Yeah, I work with other people out of town. I got clients who are in other states. So yeah, my information will be in the description. So you can just send me an email or go to my website, and yeah, we can talk.
Yep. So Andre Blake, we has a person culture needs this kind of leadership, powerful. Oh man, hey, we definitely appreciate that, man. That's what we're working on, out here, definitely trying to inspire and put more, knowledge out here, especially from professionals. This guy right here sitting next to me, he's a humble guy. We both are humble, but we both have definitely put in a lot of work. I mean, you can agree.
Yeah,
we both did put in a lot of work, to be, where we're at in this, in our time of life.
Yeah,
we both. You 32.
Yeah, 32.
We both 32 years old. So like I say, man, we definitely appreciate the comments at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely.
Marcel Washington, do you need references when starting with truck stop website? Do you need references when starting with the truck stop website? I don't know. Can you know what you're talking about? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was about to say, try to shoot that again to us in another comment. Try to clarify for us. But if not, if you want to talk offline, like I say, you could shoot me an email at broker@mannystrans.com. Here we go. This is for Brandon. Oh, hold on. Dang. Yeah, it's a lot of comments on here. Hey, sorry, I done lost my place like last time. Yeah, I think we coming up. Nah, man. Yeah, we going too far now, huh? Brandon, what are some expenses write off in trucking business?
Yep, that's the where we're at now.
We're right here.
Yeah,
David.
Yes, that's what's up, Dave. Yeah, I think we went over some of the expenses, but ordinary and necessary business expenses, again, the truck and trailer, that's a business expense. The truck repairs, your truck maintenance, your fuel, your tolls, the truck parking fees, any kind of tools that you have, your hammers, nails, crowbars, tool kits. If you're buying things, like kind of office supply type things, log books and sort of those sort of things, all your load securement, tarps, bungee straps, chains, chain binders, and those are some typical expenses you can deduct.
All right. David Miguel, thanks in advance. All right. BM, bro, I can make good money, not CDL driver. So I'm thinking that you're saying that asking can you make good money without having your CDL. And like I said before, I'm pretty sure you can. I mean, I know it's plenty of people out here that's running under 26,000 pounds that are making good money, but honestly, I just don't know a lot of them to really, give you a good answer on that. But like I say, it's just all about the people, that you link in with, so if you could get pretty much linked in with some people out here, some shippers that's hauling a lot of freight that could always keep you under 26,000 pounds, you might be able to make money, but I don't really have no experience, with hauling freight specifically under 26,000 pounds. All right, so hey, we're getting a lot of tax questions. I like this.
Okay, so I started a C corp in now of 2018. Would I have to have my taxes this year if I didn't? If I didn't, I think you're saying you actually started the C corp, but you're not in business yet. But you started it in 18 for 2018. Shoot me an email on that, something like that. I just want to maybe understand that question a little bit more. Just shoot me an email on that about starting a C corp for 18, but you haven't started yet. Shoot me an email on that. We can talk about that one.
All right. Sharita Bostic, does your dispatching service works all over the world? I'm in Fort Stewart, Georgia. Hey, so Fort Stewart, are you in the military? Which I know, of course, you can't answer that right now, but sounds like it. Hey, but yeah, we dispatch owner operators and different trucking companies pretty much all over the world. And if you can, like I say, just shoot me an email at broker@mannystrans.com, or if you can, visit our website at www.high-speedlogistics.com. David McGill, I have a single member LLC. Do I need to file a business tax return?
No, not so. A single member LLC, you're going to file your profit and loss from your trucking business on your individual tax return. You don't have to have a separate business tax return when you have a single member LLC. I mean, unless you've made like a special election, which I believe was a question someone asked earlier. But no, that's going to flow through your individual 1040 on your Schedule C. So there wouldn't be a separate business tax return for a single member LLC.
All right, David Beasley. To work for your company, do I have to own a truck and trailer, or do you lease those? I'm working on getting my CDL right now. So to answer your question, David, yes, you would need a truck and a trailer right now. We do not have any trailers for lease or rent, which that's what we're working on, trying to acquire more trailers. So for people in your situation, we can make the transition a little bit smoother for you. But at the moment, we just don't. So I would definitely recommend, man, going out and getting you a trailer. And hey, like I always recommend the same trailer, a Big Tex 35+5, and Brandon could tell you about that too. he had one of those too. So Big Tex 22 GN 35+5 with the mega ramps. Let's roll. High Speed Logistics. That must be Mr. Antoine Weston. Put up the website. All right, Antoine, we see you out there. Robert Haskin. There you go. When setting
up my LLC, is there specific things I need to do? Also, should I buy a truck trailer personally or under LLC? So, Robert, I don't want to get into LLC. That's more, I'm gonna say, more legal advice. I don't really want to talk a whole lot about that. I know that there are trucking companies that are set up as LLCs. And should I buy the truck trailer personally or under the LLC? Shoot me an email on that. Again, that's another one of those things. There are a lot of variables that go into that decision. So that's just something we'd have to talk through that about your situation.
All right. There you go right there.
Hold on, let me see here. Let me read. I started my business. I started my business in 2017. My tax pro has been doing my taxes combined as personal and business. Will this be a future issue? Well, like I've been saying, I think, again, I don't know all the details of that. But I will say, in general, if you're a single member LLC and you haven't made any elections to be classified taxed another way, the default is going to flow through to your 1040 on your Schedule C, which is your personal tax return. So I don't. That's all I can really say about that. Again, that'd be something you probably just have to
shoot
me an email to understand a lot of the what all is at play there. I don't know enough about that situation.
And just about taxes real quick. Taxes is very complicated, so he's not going to be able to truly give you like a detailed answer at the moment. But that's why, he's definitely going to give you a little bit of insight, but we have his information below, and he's definitely he's going to help you out, so if you can, take these same questions and shoot him an email. Can you explain factoring more when you send the invoice and what happens next? So basically, a factoring company is how you could get paid within 24 hours because brokers have up to about 90 days to pay you. So you're going to pretty much, in a way, sell your invoice to a factoring company. And that factoring company is going to pay you within 24 hours, but they're going to charge you anywhere from about 3 to 5% of that invoice. So let's just say if you're factoring a load for $1,000, they're going to charge, and for my factoring company, they charge me 5%. So that's going to be $50 off top that I have to pay to that factoring company so they could pay me $950 within the same day. So pretty much that's just how factoring works. It's a good way for you to start building cash flow because a lot of you guys can't wait 90 days for the brokers to pay you because there's a lot of overhead, initially starting out with the business. So pretty much that's factoring. At the end of the day, I use TAFs, Trans Am Financial, which like I told you guys, especially, in the ebook or whether I'm talking about it on my videos. And if you have any more specific questions on how to use that factoring company, shoot me an email. Lakeisha Williamson, will the VA loans support small business? I don't know if the VA loan will. That's more for home loans, but I know the VA has, programs for small businesses. And like I told an individual on my last live, you pretty much just got to go to the va.gov and, research that. Sharita Bostic, Manny, will the SBA help get military contracts to haul military freight? I don't believe that they're going to help you get the contracts. That's something that you really have to go out and you have to find. And, when it comes to hauling military freight. But what I do is I like to get linked in with the brokers that pretty much have consistent military freight. And I know that I could call on those brokers because a lot of brokers out there, if they're hauling military freight, 99% of the time, that's what they specialize in is military freight. So once you haul that first load for a broker, I'm pretty sure that they have more military freight. So High Speed Logistics, Antoine asking a question.
Could you go over some of the various write-offs when it comes to owning a trucking company? So it'll be the same type of write-offs. Some of the examples I went over earlier.
Antoine wasn't listening. Antoine wasn't paying attention.
It'll be the same type of write-offs earlier. But as you own a trucking company, I'm assuming he's talking like if you have drivers and some of that. So as you have drivers, right, you're going to be able to deduct, the expenses you pay to your drivers. That's probably something different than what I've said before. The rest of it was just more around like owner operators. But if you have a fleet of trucks or you have a fleet of drivers, now you're able to deduct all the expenses. You're able to deduct the labor expenses for your staff as well. So and if if you're big enough to have an office and you're leasing office space and just more of those type of expenses too.
All right. Another tax question.
Is it best to file business and person? Is it best to file your business and personal taxes separately or combined? It just depends, Ariel. There's a lot of variables. Everyone's situation is unique. But what I can say, let's say if you have an S corporation, one of the ways that one of the reasons people file S corporations is it helps them save on self-employment tax. If you pay yourself a reasonable salary, then you don't have to pay self-employment tax on the rest of the profit of the business as if you would if it were just filed on your Schedule C, it all would be subject to self-employment tax in general. So again, Ariel, something like that, we could probably have a discussion to look at your situation and see if it makes sense to file a business return or to keep filing personally.
All right. Can you use military experience when you do your carrier packet? So, military experience is not really necessary when you're doing carrier packets, but also, Damon Suter, man, send me an email so pretty much you can clarify that question for me. Rome about business. Here's a tax question.
I set up my business as an LLC with an S election. For example, if I make $200,000 and pay myself $100,000 from the business, can I leave $100,000 in the business and avoid some taxes?
That sounds like a question.
Rome, yeah, you know we're headed. Rome, you probably have to give me a call or email on that one. But I'd say in general, I mean, you're not paying taxes on what's left in the business. You're paying taxes on the profit in the business. So yeah, Rome, give me a shout on that one.
All right, James Brown.
And hang on, Rome, and congratulations if you're doing $200,000 too. Good salute to that.
Oh yeah, no, most definitely, man. Rome, hey Rome, I see you about business. Hey Rome, man, send me an email, man, so we can see what you do.
Hold on, let me read it. If I get a W-2, single LLC on the side, if I get a James Brown, if I get a W-2 and you have a single member LLC business on the side, is there a threshold where write-offs from the LLC no longer lowers your tax liability? Yeah, James, you'll probably have to reach out to me on that one, James, so I can understand that a little bit better. I think what you're saying is that if you have a job and you have a business on the side, is there a threshold where the write-offs from the LLC no longer lowers your tax liability? Well, I would think if you have a job and a business on the side, I mean, you would want to deduct all the expenses associated. You want to report all the income from that business and all the deductions from that business. And then the profit or loss from that business is going to be recorded with the income from your W-2. And that's what you would be paying taxes on. So I'm not sure I follow the question about how that no longer lowers your tax liability. So you may have to give me a call so we can flush through those details and figure out how to answer that question best for you.
All right. GRE. I'm currently expediting with a van. I like to get into hotshot trucking. I don't have a CDL, but have a friend who does and would like to join me. How can I approach this? I just say, hey, pretty much, man. I mean, if you want to get off in the hotshot, just, go get your equipment. You have an expediting van, so that means that you want to start up get your own authority, or you want to lease onto a company. So I could go a little bit more in depth in that question, man. I can answer that a little bit better if you just send me an email and then I'll reach out to you. We got Christopher. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's see. We got Chris Lindsay asking a question. Chris Lindsay. All right.
Okay, Brandon, I bought a truck and trailer in 2019. Can I write that off with Section 179? Okay, so we got so good question. So 179 is a little more of an advanced topic. 179 is a form of accelerated depreciation that the government gives people to accelerate the deduction you can take for big purchases like trucks and trailers. If you remember what I said earlier was that when you buy trucks and trailers, the government or the IRS will let you deduct them over a specific period of time, 3 years or 5 years or whatever the depreciation schedule is for the asset. But with 179, it allows you to accelerate that deduction so you can save more money initially or upfront as opposed to over the next 3, 4, or 5 years. So yes, Section 179 is in play for 179. I'm sorry, for 2019.
So Chris Lindsay is Brandon Lindsay's brother. That's my CPA, his brother. So I could tell they in competition, because he wanted to test his brother to see if his brother knew what Section 179 was, but he answered it pretty thoroughly. For Ferocious Styles, I need info on becoming a dispatcher. Do you provide that service? Hey, so I'm doing a dispatching training next Saturday on the 26th from 9 to 1 p.m. I'm gonna be showing you guys how to dispatch freight out there. So if you want to sign up and on how to become a dispatcher, visit my website at www.extraordinarymovement.com to sign up. But also that same info is going to be in the description below. And we also provide dispatcher services too. How about truck driver and mechanics? You might have to elaborate on that.
Where is it?
Just say, how about truck driver and mechanics? So it's not really a question. You want to start with Nico?
Let me see. I was part owner of a company.
An S corp owner of a real payroll.
I was part owner of a company set up as an S corp, and owners were paid payroll check, which was taxed, and a larger distribution check that wasn't. Question is, do I owe taxes on those distribution checks? So Nico, in general, that's one of the benefits of getting an S corporation is if you can pay yourself a reasonable salary, then you can pull out tax-free distributions. But again, that's going to depend, because there's something like that. It depends on basis. And if you pull out more money than technically what's called basis, if you pull out more money than the basis of your stock in the company, then that can be taxable. That distribution can be taxable. So I need to understand that a little bit more, Nico. If you give me a call, that's something we can talk through. But that is one of the benefits of an S corp, is to pull out distributions without having to pay tax on them. But there are a lot of rules and variations to that.
All right. David Miguel, wow, y'all are very knowledgeable dudes. Looking forward to more content. Hey, man, we appreciate that. Alante Storages. Oh, man, that thing always messing up. I lost my spot again. Give me like 2 seconds. Where are we at right here?
Yeah, how do you think the hot shot, if you want to answer?
Oh, okay. Alante. Hey, do you think the hot shot industry is slowing down due to brokers not wanting to deal with hot shot drivers? I mean, it's been like that. It's been like that ever since I've been in the business. I mean, I used to hear that a lot starting out, but I mean, it never really stopped me from keeping my trucks moving. Even till this day, I hear some, brokers say that, a hot shot won't, work for this load. And, 9 times out of 10, it's because of the shipper is probably manufacturing some type of fragile, material, and they want air ride for a trailer. But, hey, man, don't let that stop you. It's not going to stop you. So it's not slowing down. To me, it's ramping up. It's not about the hot shots or semi trucks or hot shots or whatever. It's about freight being manufactured in this world, and it's not going to slow down. So those shippers are always going to need, somebody out there to move it. Maurice Anderson.
Should you create a holding company? Should you create a holding company when you create a trucking company LLC? Very, very, very loaded question. Lots of variables. And again, that's more, it depends on what your goals are. And that's something I definitely would consult with an attorney, flush out your goals and what your objectives are to figure out why you would set it up that way. So I'm not sure, Maurice.
All right.
But I mean, if you want to follow up with me, you can give me an email. We can talk. We can flush it out more that way.
Yeah. Just Field Productions. How's the car hauling market in Texas? Working on building business credit. to get to tier 3. So when it comes to car hauling, I don't specialize in it, but I know car hauling is definitely going to always be a good way to make money. And I know definitely in Texas, I was talking to one of my friends, and that's where he hauls cars at in Texas, and he hauls cars nonstop. So, hey, send me an email, and what I'm going to do is try to link you up with my friend that hauls cars out of Texas. I'm going to make sure it's okay with him, and then I'll try to link you guys up together so he could give you a little bit more insight on car hauling. I got a M. Mitchell, I got CDL. So basically, you probably got a Class B CDL. Oh, Class B CDL, y'all need a driver. Yeah, right now, man, we ain't hiring nobody with Class B because, like I say, with the type of trucking we do with the Hot Shots is straight Class A CDL. So I'm pretty sure you could just go upgrade your Class B to a Class A by taking, some tests or something. Just try to figure that out. Corey Newman.
Yes, same thing as before. I'm about to buy a truck and a trailer. In general, you can get a deduction when you're buying trucks and trailers, and you just take that deduction over a certain amount of time, over X amount of years.
M. Mitchell, been driving trucks for 16 years with CDL. Jason Turner, any advice for buying my first truck and trailer? It just depends on where you're at. Like I told people before, if you're active duty in certain states, like I was active duty stationed at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, I didn't have to pay taxes on my truck. So it just depends where you're at, pretty much what you got going on in life. But for the most part, just make sure you buy a Ram 3500 and also buy you either a straight deck 40-foot or a 35+5 big tex trailer 22 GM. Jerome Shepard said he got his Class A CDL, and are you looking for drivers? Hey, I know I think I know somebody looking for a Class A CDL driver. Hey, Jerome, send me an email at broker@mannystrans.com. What's up, Manny? My question is, how lucrative is the business, and will there always be work? It's very lucrative. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be in it, just to be honest with you, but it's definitely lucrative. And at the end of the day, it's just really all about, getting linked in with the right people, finding the right brokers, finding the right shippers when it comes down to it, at the end of the day. And there's always work. My trucks are never sitting around. Sean Martin, hi. Any option about insurance? Think about leasing. Evan M076. Just bought a 1993 semi and ready to roll. Only thing now is the insurance. It is crazy expensive in Louisiana. Any option about the insurance? Thinking about leasing. What do you think? So yeah, when it comes to insurance, it is definitely very expensive. Not for sure about the market in Louisiana, but I know in certain areas it is definitely expensive. Just go through Progressive or National Indemnity, try to get a quote. If you haven't got a quote from neither one of them, and then when it comes to leaning on, and like I say, just visit our website at www.high-speedlogistics.com. GRE, we'll be using services. Thank you, gentlemen. I will be using your services. Thank you. 2019 is my year. Hey, it's my year too. It's everybody's year. No more holding back in fear. Hey, that's good. I respect that. DW Fergie, what are the legalities on having a trucking company out of a different state than you are? I.e., I live in Massachusetts, but I have people in India and Illinois, maybe cheaper tax rates and insurance.
Yeah. I don't really know. I mean,
Yeah,
I have to.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any experience of starting a company in another area when I live in one area. Can it be done? I don't know. It might be, but I don't really have experience on that to answer that question thoroughly for you. But it's a good question, and I like to learn, so I'm gonna look into it. So if you can send me an email so we could pretty much try to figure that out together.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's worth, Sean Martin, do you think it's worth the cost for air ride trailers? I mean, I think it's worth it, you know, because like I told you guys, I have passed up on a lot of loads because I don't have an air ride trailer. So I would definitely recommend getting an air ride trailer. If you have it, you know, it might be a few more $1,000s, but like I told you guys before, that few $1,000s, you know, being financed is not going to really, you know, add too much more onto your payment for something that can benefit you over the long run. All right, Brandon, tax question.
Is it wise to file quarterly or wait for the end of the year? I think it's wise to file quarterly. I think it's a way to kind of avoid a lot of headaches and troubles at the end of the year. You know, in the U.S., we have sort of a pay-as-you-go system. You know, if you had a job, you're paying taxes every time you get paid. So every 2 weeks you get a check. You don't get the full gross check. You get the net check because the taxes are withheld and sent to the government. So it's a way to not get behind on taxes. Honestly, if you wait to the end of the year and then just try to file taxes on all the profits, what if you don't have all that money there at the end of the year? And then you're open to, you know, late penalties and interest and things like that. So I think it's wise to pay the quarterly estimated tax payments throughout the year. I think it could save you a lot of trouble.
All right. Gregory Naraco, is there a proven method to locating and hiring CDLA drivers for hot shop businesses? I like to lease on with you guys, but I'm currently having trouble finding drivers. Hey, so pretty much my method was I just was going through Craigslist and Indeed.com, and sometimes I was getting referrals, but pretty much, you know, just start utilizing your social media, start utilizing Facebook, get off into those trucking groups. You know, Craigslist has got, you know, pretty expensive when it comes to posting, but, you know, hey, you got to do what you got to do, post on Craigslist and post on Indeed. And sometimes, you know, it was a challenge, but eventually you'll find somebody will reach out to you. And when it comes to leasing on, like I say, just visit our website and submit your information, and Antoine will be giving you guys a call. Anthony Johnson, was you nervous when you first drove a truck 18-wheeler? You bet I was. Oh yeah, I was. But it's like anything else in life. It's like a 14 or a 15-year-old when they first learn, you know, to start driving a car. You know, it's exciting, but you're nervous. But at the end of the day, you know, it's like anything else in life. The more you do it, the more confident you're going to be at doing it. So yes, I was nervous, but not anymore. Can trailers be rented or leased? If so, do you of a company? Well, trailers can be leased or rented. And I'm pretty sure plenty of businesses around you guys. Just type it in Google, you know, trailers, semi-trailers or gooseneck trailers for rent or for lease. Point-to-point transportation LLC. And you want to?
We just asking about credit,
business credit.
I'm working to build my business and personal credit. What are recommendations for someone just starting off? You got anything?
Business
credit.
I mean, business credit, how I look at it is just the same as like your personal credit. You know, go get your DUNS number, you know, stuff like that. And probably going off of the questions when people are asking, should they go, you know, finance their truck in their business or finance their truck in their personal credit, you know, because you financed your truck in your personal credit. I mean, in your business.
In the business.
Yeah. So when he bought, for me, I started out and I just did everything on my personal credit, but he financed his truck in his business credit. So I'm pretty sure it's just like personal credit. So now he had something under his business credit. Now that's going to build his business credit. So probably going off you guys' questions, I mean, if you can just go out and just see if you can get approved, because not everybody's going to approve you off top because you probably just started the business. So See if you can go out and get that financed under your business credit. And I guarantee that's going to be a way that you're going to build business credit. And also with your business bank account, see if you could get a business credit card. And that might be a way that you could start building your business credit too, just as if we in our personal lives go get a regular credit card. And that'll be a way that we could start building personal credit. All right. Oh, I think this one, oh man, we missed it. Where we at? Oh, all right.
Right there. Yeah.
This one is from my wife. Hey, what's going on out there? Allure Elevation, her clothing brand. What's going on? She wants to ask a question, Brandon.
Who, where?
Oh, right here.
Hello, Brandon. I was looking forward to seeing the little guy with you. LOL. Thank you guys for this valuable information.
I thought you was going to ask a question. Where you at?
Hey, why didn't?
Oh, Rio. Thanks for watching us, and definitely this is some valuable information. And
okay.
Make sure that food is warm when I get home because I'm gonna be super hungry when I get to the house. Rio X. Hey, why didn't you get CDL, or is you looking to get one of your not interested? And do you feel like CDL is important in trucking company? I would just basically take that as, is a CDL important type of question. And like I said before, yes, it is definitely important to get your CDL. Sergeant Shield, hey, what's up? Glad to finally be able to catch a stream. Hey, thanks, Sergeant Hill. Salute to you, man. Let me know where you at right now, where you stationed at. Jerry K, how do I delete the emissions crap on my 2014 Peterbilt, man? I don't know, man. I don't know. Miss Shukriz. Is there a slowdown for hot shots in terms of finding lows right now? Now, like I said earlier, it's not slowing down. Right now, flatbed freight is slow anyway, just because of the winter months. Oh, Sergeant Shield, is it always slow in January, February? Yes, it is. Usually time between December and around February, you'll start seeing around March. Once the spring hit, you'll start seeing, more and more freight picking up. All right. Yeah.
Wow. He said, I look like Cam Newton.
Wes Lawson said Brandon Lindsay looks like Cam Newton.
I have heard that before.
I got Mr. Cam Newton sitting right next to me right now.
Wes, I have heard that before. Yeah. I have heard that before.
Yeah, I was gonna say read that for me. My throat dry.
Okay. Sean Martin, I gotta commend you to appreciate what you're doing. What you're doing for the information is probably the most important thing in life. You guys are doing a great job for spreading good ways of helping people out. Keep it up.
Yeah, appreciate that, Sean Martin. Sergeant Shield, knowledge is power. Definitely, yes, it is. Manny, have you ever hauled a storage container using the Dodge 3500? Yes, I have, a 40-foot container. It's not bad. Just make sure, you get in pretty much the perfect rate for that, because those containers on those dually trucks will pretty much, mess your whole fuel mileage up, just because of that, that resistance of that container being so high off the trailer. But I've hauled them plenty of times. Sergeant Seal, where's the little big boss man? Cool to see you have your son with you. Yeah, man, most definitely. He ain't with me right now. He's actually with his nana, which is my mom, and she had him since Friday. So he's been entertaining the family this weekend. 3500 RAM can handle storage container, ocean container. Delete all information, operating agreements. Delete information, all operating agreements. Pushing miles, CDL, Class A license for about 3 years now. If I want to go hot shot, should I lease a truck from Enterprise? 3,500 down, 21 cents a mile. New truck every 50 to 60,000 miles to cut maintenance costs. Excuse me, throat dry. What I would say is everything pretty much in business is all about math and it's all about numbers. Now you just got to make sure it makes sense so for me, that don't make sense just because you got to put 3,500 down and you're paying 21 cents per mile. Start asking these truckers out there, how many miles are they averaging per week? And I could tell you most truckers are averaging about 25 to about 4,000 miles a week easily. So let's just do that on the low end for simple math. 21 cents times 2,500 miles is, what's that, 110? Mm-hmm. $110.25.
What did you said, 21 cents?
Yep, 2,500 miles times 0.21. It's $525
a week, basically. Yeah.
Now $525 a week. And that's on the low end. 2,500 miles is nothing to achieve. So just think about that. $525 a week will put you at $2,100 a month. And that's just off of the 21 cent. And that's ridiculous when you could just go out and finance and pay anywhere from, depending on your credit and that interest rate, anywhere from about $750 to about $900, dollars a month. So like I say, in business, it's just all about numbers. You just got to run those numbers and it got to make sense to you. So for me, I wouldn't do it. I'll just go out and buy a Ram 3,500 and just finance it. SAR and SEAL people that do the enterprise lease find that you better be hustling all the time and may get decent rates because you will be running to meet those enterprise payments and do increase over the time. So definitely SAR and SEAL, I definitely agree. Samuel, Mick, Lennon, do you use your personal address when obtaining your LLC? It's just pretty much wherever you start the business at, and that's the address that you're going to use when you starting your LLC. Some people use their personal address. Some people have an office or whatever it is. So wherever you're really starting starting your business at, that's where you will use that's what address you'll use. Was that it? Or did I go down too far?
You may have went down.
Hold on real quick. I think I went down too far. Yeah, I went down too far. We got about 17 minutes left. Oh, right here.
So we're right there. Did you use your personal address? And okay. Yeah, what's the difference between power only and
Will Kilpatrick. What is the difference between power only and owner operator? So basically, an owner operator is basically just someone who owns their own business at the end of the day. That's what an owner operator is. You have your own truck and you have your own business. You're an owner operator. So if you lease onto our company, you're going to be an owner operator because you're the owner of that truck, but you're just operating under our name. So you're owner operator. And power only is when you have a semi truck or even a dually truck, but there's not a lot of power only loads for dually trucks. There's a lot of power only loads for semi trucks. And that's when you're pretty much just picking up, different customers' trailers and dropping them off somewhere and picking up another trailer. So you never physically own a trailer. That's what power only is. Power only is exactly that you are the power unit for the trailer, whatever needed to be. Sergeant Seal got all, man. You got all the knowledge, Sergeant, man. Hey, I'm putting you on the show next time, man. We're gonna put you on here. Let's see. You want to answer that?
What are the requirements for financing a truck under your business? I can't remember what all the requirements are, but I do think that I had to sign like a personal guarantee. I think that was one of the requirements, that I had to sign a personal guarantee that if anything happened with the truck and the business couldn't pay for it, that as the owner, I would be liable for it. I can't remember what all the other requirements were.
Yeah. In a question like that too, to get a solid answer, what I would do is I'll just go to the dealership. You know, once you start looking for your truck and just be like, hey, I want to finance this truck under my business. What are the requirements? You know, so sometimes you got to go directly to the source to get that accurate, you know, answer.
Right, because my where I went could be totally different from your experience.
No, yeah, most definitely, most definitely. In your opinion, why is Ford F-350 a better truck? I don't know, man. I got all Ram 3500s. I never had a Ford F-350, but I heard that, you know, they're pretty good trucks. But I can't really give you my opinion because I never had one. E-Man 7188 said he liked Ford trucks, so hey, hit him up. Lamar Hargrove, Peace Brothers. Can you not do your business with a Class B CDL? Like I say, it's just you can find freight out here for a Class B CDL, but you're going to be very limited. So like I just say, I mean, it's out there. I just don't have no experience with it because I've always had Class A, and I've always dealt with people with Class A CDLs. All right, Chris Lindsay, his brother, he's back at it. You want to read that?
He's making fun of me. He said, Cam, I didn't know you were a CPA and you played for the Panthers. You're multi-talented.
Little laugh for today. Big shout out to Chris, man. Hey, Chris, I need you to get hot on these taxes, man. I need you to get hot and heavy, man. All right. Sarge Seal, E-Man 7188. He sent him a message. Keith Wicks, is getting your authority worth it? Yes, it's worth it, you know. I mean, it's going to be your business. You know, you're going to be able to get 100% of profit, you know. And like I say, I'm all about getting 100% of whatever that I'm earning, you know, and leasing onto a company. You know, it's for people who want that convenience, you know, people who want to pay for a service. And there's not a lot of people out here, you know, who want to go get their own authority and their own trucking company because they don't want to do all that. They just want the convenience of leasing onto a company. But yes, it's definitely going to be worth getting your own authority. We have about 13 minutes left. I'm going to skip through to see if any questions that we haven't answered real quick, just because we're going to be limited of time. See if there's any more tax questions. Real quick. My authority running under somebody.
I think it's all you.
Yeah. I was about to say, Darius Woodruff. What about getting paid with hot shotting? Is direct deposit or check? Also, how long do you have to wait to get paid? 1 week, 30 days, or 90 days? Yeah, like I say, with the factoring company, you'll get paid within 24 hours. But if you invoice the broker directly, you guys will, you know, have to wait about anywhere from 30 to 90 days. They have quick pay options, which you have to pay that broker, you know, anywhere from about 2 to 3% to get paid within about a week. But how I would do it is just starting out. I mean, just go with a factoring company if you guys don't have a lot of cash reserves, and yeah, just go with the factoring company. So Yvonne, thanks for your time. My brother's on here. He said Landon said hi. That's my son, little Landon. What's going on, Fresh? That's his nickname, Fresh. That's my brother. Do factoring companies charge per invoice? Yes. Like I said, they charge 5% per invoice. Do you recommend a factoring company and fuel card set? Yes, I do. If you go with a factoring company, most of them are going to have fuel cards, but I don't use my fuel card with with tabs. I use data fuel cards because tabs only allow you to fuel up at the Pilot and Flying J's. But the data fuel cards allow me to fuel up at all of the major truck stops and even the small, gas stations that offer diesel. So it makes it more convenient for, my drivers while they're out there. So yeah, we got about 10 minutes left. I want to just basically let everybody know out there, hey, I definitely appreciate each and every one of you guys for viewing in. Man, we definitely had a good, I believe a good little live session going on at the moment. Hey, so I want to let you guys know, like I say, I have a dispatch training coming up next week, and I'm showing people how to dispatch trucks. And the reason why I'm showing you guys how to dispatch these trucks is because I want to see you guys become more independent out here and also try to pretty much save money, because if you're going to pay a factoring service, you're going to pay them a percentage of every load that's being pushed out. But I want to show you guys who aspire to start your own trucking company how you can save money by dispatching your own trucks. So, and also I'm going to be showing you guys who aspire to start a dispatching company, which is very lucrative. And if you guys seen my video, those numbers are for real out there. If you are charging 8% per load, and if that truck is making $20,000 a month, you could potentially make $1,600 a month off of that one truck, and times that by 5 trucks can get you $8,000 in 1 month. And this is all real numbers. And Brandon could tell you, because Brandon has paid me that much, in a month before. and his brother has too, So they know, and they could pretty much put a stamp on it, that dispatching is a very lucrative business, but it's a service too, so if you guys don't have the time, you could turn that in. I mean, if you guys don't have the time, yeah, go out and go get your dispatching service. But also for you guys out there who want to start a dispatching company, I definitely highly recommend you guys to take this dispatching training. I got maybe about 20 something people already signed up, and I still got some available seats. I believe I could go up to like 50 seats. So if you guys haven't, sign up for that dispatching training course for next Saturday. It's going to be from 9 to 1. And I guarantee within those 4 hours, you guys are going to learn how to make money. And I'm going to ensure that you guys know how to get out here and start dispatching to make this money. And pretty much, Brandon, I'm going to let him, say a few things too, just about his personal business.
No, thank you guys for checking in today. Like you said at the beginning of the stream, I'm a CPA. I'm based out of Indianapolis, but I can help with tax and accounting services all across the country. I have, with the technology that we have, with cell phones, FaceTimes, and we got client portals. You can scan and upload documents, and I work with people all over the country. So if you need anything, just give me a call, give me an email, and we can see if it makes sense for you.
And also, if you guys, you think that an ebook over like taxes, just a simple ebook, something that could help you guys, because he haven't wrote a small ebook yet. But if you guys could give us some feedback and let us know if that would help you guys out, and that's something that he could start working on for you. Yeah,
like just if you can just respond either in the comments for the next few minutes here, or you can shoot an email to me or Brandon. Just what is something that you would like to see? Something quick that you'd like to see tax-wise or accounting-wise that will help you be more successful in your business, or to help you get off to a good start from accounting and a tax perspective. Just let me know what'll be good, and I could try to see what comments are the most popular. I can see about putting something together for you.
Yeah, and big shout out to my mom, to my brother, to my wife for being on this live, and ain't nothing like having that family and that support system.
Shout out to my wife too. I forgot Katie. She was on the stream as well. So yeah. Shout out to Katie. Thanks for joining the call.
Shout out to my homeboy Antoine, to the CEO and the co-founder High Speed Logistics. Shout out to Lindsay, Brandon Lindsay's brother, my CPA, man. And like I say, Chris, get my taxes together, man. Come on now. Come on. Hey, and also, like I always tell you guys, I got a book. This is my book. I wrote this book. Hey, everything is all independent. I wrote this book, put it on Amazon. Now I'm selling books too. Hey, and there's nothing like turning dreams into reality, and that's what I'm more trying to promote on my channel. As you guys could tell, I'm trying to pretty much promote, entrepreneurship, becoming a business owner, start doing things in life that you could start getting passive and residual income from. My next live stream, I'm going to bring a friend on. He's going to be a wholesaler, and he's in real estate, and he makes a good, living by doing real estate and just by wholesaling. And if you guys don't know what wholesaling real estate is, please look it up. It's something that don't involve money. So you don't have to have a lot of money to wholesale real estate. So when I bring him on, I'm just giving you guys a heads up so you guys can start researching. So when the time comes, the source is going to be right in front of you and you could drill him and ask him questions. And that's what my channel is going to be. It's going to be educational and inspirational. And that's what we're going to be about. And if you guys can just go to the description below to check Brandon Lindsay's information out, reach out to Brandon Lindsay. And then also, if you guys want to reach out to me, all my information is in the description. If you guys want to sign up for that dispatch training, go to the description and go to my website. Also, I have an ebook on how to start your trucking company. And like I say, everything is in that description. If you guys can go pretty much click all those links below, and reach out to Brandon. And like I say, Brandon is definitely somebody who really, who's going to help you. And like Antonio Haskett just said, he need a CPA ASAP. Hey, so Antonio, contact him, man. And like I say, we both, are in this world to really much help. So if you guys have any questions, never hesitate to reach out to each and every one of us. And do you have anything else to leave off on?
No, not really. I just thank everybody for participating, taking the time out your Sunday to listen to us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Hey, and that's just pretty much how we're going to end this live stream. Hey, everybody be great out there. Oh, hold up.
What is his contact?
Oh, Evan06 said, what is the contact for the CPA? Hey,
it's in the description.
It's in the description.
It's in the description. I mean, my website is, and this will be in the description too, but my personal website is indytaxhelp.com, and that's INDY taxhelp.com. But that information is going to be in the description as well.
Okay. So, yep. We'll answer one more question from Carl Jules. Quick question for Brandon. I need steps to becoming a CPA and amount of time it takes. So this is going to be the last question before we end it.
Okay. Well, shout out to Carl for wanting to become a CPA.
That's good.
And I think every state is different. I know in Indiana, you needed 150 college. When I was applying for my CPA, I mean, this was been years ago, but you needed 150 credit hours to be eligible to sit for the CPA exam. And then there was a 4-part exam. I don't know what the current qualifications are, but that's what the process was for me. I had to have 150 college credit hours, and then I had to pass 4 separate parts on 4 separate days. And it took me to get through all the tests and everything. I want to say it took me maybe about 9 months, and I had it 9 months to a year, and then I had the CPA done.
So pretty much nothing is easy. It wasn't easy.
No, it's a process.
Yeah, it's a process. He put work in, he put time in, but anything you want in this life and in this world, you're going to have to put in that time. So, hey, take what he just told you and go out, knock it out, and also give him a email, and he's definitely going to help you out on how you can achieve to becoming a CPA in this world. Hey, so Carl Jules, perfect. Thank you, brothers. You guys are doing good work, and that's how we're gonna leave it off. Hey, thanks, Carl, man, and thanks to everybody out there, man. We out.